Well, welcome. This is Markus Termin at the 2nd of July 2024. Um, the moon is still in the sign of Taurus as we are speaking, and as I pointed out yesterday, is there enough light on that? Hopefully. As I pointed out yesterday, we have a reception in between Venus and Moon. Venus is in the Moon sign, Moon is in the Venus sign. That's for 2 days a positive thing. But the reception will end this afternoon around 6 o'clock Middle European summertime because the Moon moves over and gives Jupiter a company in the sign of Gemini. Always when the moon makes a conjunction to a planet, it's just like a push, it's just like a triggering, it's a combination of those energies. Moon and Jupiter bring up the high feeling of new informations and new knowledge. For me, the most important thing though today is the situation when the moon leaves the sign of Taurus. It's kind of dark, but it depends on the light coming in. Hope you can see that. When the moon moves over to Gemini, he right away makes an aspect to Lilith and to Pluto. There's a grand Earth trine in between Pluto, Lilith up there, Pluto down there, and the moon, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And that's a special moment because, however, the calculation about Lilith is there's a middle Lilith and there's an average Lilith. I'm using the most used middle Lilith, and from that perspective, Lilith changed to the sign of Libra. And that makes a big difference because Libra is the sign of communication, of meeting, of negotiations, of measurement. All those things are combined with Libra, and Lilith left the sign of Virgo, and Virgo, as we remember, is also the sign of health, for instance. Now Lilith in Virgo is all the blackened pages of any so-called health company being forced to put out information that they wanted to keep secret and things like that. Now Lilith moves on over to the sign of Libra and gives the possibility of sideway democracy. Diplomacy, no, what's the right word? Diplomacy. Sorry, diplomacy. A funny word game, isn't it? But anyhow, how is that showing out in real time? If you look, for instance, at the American situation right now, behind back doors, they are struggling to find a strategy to get themselves out of the bad polls and to what they did themselves by putting in a president in dementia, and it's open on the table now. Interesting how Lilith in Libra is going to try to solve that problem, and as it looks, there's no real good solution for the holders of power, and the only good solution, making Robert F. Kennedy Jr. a president, seems far away from those who are harvesting in the big profits of the situation that they created themselves, But what we can see this afternoon is Lilith, Moon, and just for a very short time, and Pluto form a grand air trine, and that means we can have a movement in the way things are acknowledged. We can get additional aha effects. This is the effect of, I've been thinking that all the time, but now it comes out clear, and it comes out clear with power. Pluto is retrograde, so the idea can be an idea about the period of the past. which is the case, because people ask themselves right now, well, this president, he's not within his cognitive powers at all. Now, he ruled and governed the country with important decisions throughout the last 3 years. Pluto retrograde. Is it legal? Is it even legal that he puts out a signature on a piece of paper, not knowing what he is putting his signature on? This is actually the situation, and interesting situation in between air signs. Now, one word concerning what I put out as a warning yesterday, the conjunction in between Mars and Uranus at the very point where I put in the star of Argol in there, which is not a nice guy actually. Argol and Mars and Uranus meet there, and so people are starting to have thoughts about that, and how is that going to hit me, and my Mars is in opposition. What's the real problem? Do I have to be afraid of that? No, this is not what we are doing astrology for. But if you own a Mars in Scorpio, like Joe Biden does, for example, you should be taking care for yourself. That's the situation. Astrology is good for putting things in consciousness and to say, as I have a Mars opposition, I'm going to avoid direct confrontation. I'm not going into it. That's what we do have astrology for. So if you want to find out what's my message today, first, Grand Air Trine, possible to get to a new level of understanding and thinking in the afternoon. The energy changes in the afternoon, Middle European summertime. This is the energy. And the second is concerning my warning about Mars, Uranus and Argo meeting at the 15th of July. Just get in preparation if you have any impacts from that in your chart. You could just say, step back, have a look at things, get out of the stress modus. All those things, just simple ideas will solve the situation for you, and you don't need to be afraid of anything, especially not when you have astrology on your side as aid. If you want to find out about your personal chart, how that really hits, just use this mail address, mind the DE at the end, and down here at my blog site you will find the conditions for a consultation. This is Markus Termin speaking at the 2nd of July 2024. Okay, gets better.